Hello, Salesforce Chef here. How are you? Hope you're doing really well, working really hard, and I wish you a fantastic 2023. The purpose of the video today is to show you how you can use ChatGPT to boost, to accelerate your development, your Salesforce solutioning. ChatGPT is a totally revolutionary tool, just like Google, and just like you use Google to find answers, you can use ChatGPT to resolve issues. Are you ready? Let's get into it. So the presentation today will have 5 parts. First, we'll look at what is ChatGPT, then how do you get into ChatGPT, what are the main features of ChatGPT, what are the capabilities and limitations of ChatGPT, and next, finally, we'll test scenarios in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a chatbot, and GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It uses deep learning to generate human-like text, and if you interact with it, it sounds very much like you're talking to a person. It doesn't feel like it's like computer generated. It's really, really good. So it gives natural answers. And ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI. You might have heard of OpenAI because one of the projects of Elon Musk. It's absolutely amazing that this person is revolutionizing so many different diverse industries: space, travel, car travel, Twitter, communications, and now AI industry. And this product is absolutely amazing, and I've been studying it for the last 2 weeks, and I'm absolutely in love with it and blown away by its capabilities. And that's why I'm making this video, so that you can also start making use of it. So ChatGPT is very much like a personal teacher who knows the answer to almost anything. What we'll focus on is the Salesforce capabilities, and many see it as an alternative to Google, perhaps even a killer of Google, because in Google you have to read through the answers, analyze the answers, but ChatGPT gives you the answer. You know, in Google there's an option, I feel lucky, so that gives you the best option, or it used to be there, but in ChatGPT it's just like it, like you're not even feeling lucky, it pretty much gives you the answer, right? It doesn't get it right the whole time, but 99% of the time it gets it correct, and you'll see how. Right now ChatGPT is free, totally free. Use it as much as possible, play with it, but the company CEO said that they will make it paid because of the enormous cost to run it. Even if they make people pay, they said they will charge less than a cent. I'm absolutely fine with paying for ChatGPT because the tool is absolutely amazing. For each answer that I get, I feel like I'm getting $5 to $10 worth of value. So what are the capabilities of ChatGPT? At the basic level, it's like Q&A. You can ask it any kind of questions. You can ask it also to summarize text. I've seen people get transcripts from YouTube videos, set it to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can summarize it in 10 bullet points. It can also write you text. You can ask it to write articles, literary text, lyrics, songs, plays, anything. ChatGPT can give you recommendations for movies, books. It can solve math equations, and the most important thing for us is it can write code. If you give it code and tell it here's a bug, it can identify the bug and fix the code for you. And another amazing thing is that when it writes code, it can give comments to you for every line, what it does. So this way, if you're new to coding, it's very helpful. It tells you what each line does. So what's the process for registering in ChatGPT? First, so we have to go to this website. You go here. Then you have to sign up. You can sign up using Google. Let's say this. It asks for a phone number. Since I already have an account, it's telling me that I can't use one, but if this was the first time I was registering, it will send me a code and I have to verify that code. Okay, once you register, you go to a page like this. On the left side, you can see it saves all my previous questions. Clear the conversations if I want. I like the dark mode. It can also do a light mode. Dark mode is better. All right, there's a Discord page. All right, and here, the important thing is, here are some examples of what kind of questions you can ask. One of the amazing things about ChatGPT is that as you ask it questions, it's not like each question is independent. When you ask a question like second time, it remembers what you asked the first time. So you can do like follow-up questions. You can ask it to improve the previous answer. Okay, so here, that's what this one is talking about. It remembers what you said earlier in the conversation. Also, this ChatGPT seems to be learning, improving, because when you ask the same questions on different days of the week, it gives slightly different answers. So it's evolving, which is amazing. Not sure how this works, but that's absolutely amazing. So let's get into some Salesforce tasks. Let's say I'm a Salesforce developer and I'm given a task. I need to write code that creates a list of even and odd numbers. Okay, so let's do that. Create an Apex class that has a list of even and odd numbers in separate lists. Okay. This is amazing, right? Here's the class itself, and then here is how you can make use of that class. And so we got the class itself, and then also how to call this method. This is amazing. Let's actually test this. Let's open up developer console to make it easy. Let's go to this class, file, new, Apex class, boom. Okay, let's copy this list. Let's copy this class, I mean. Let's save it. Okay, there's some problems here. So this is a problem, right? On line 12, we don't have number remainder. Yeah, we do math.mod. And now it says identify name is reserved number. So on line 11, we cannot use number. It's a reserved. So let's use NR. NR. Okay. Okay, it's fixed. Now let's see how it tells us we can call this. Okay, let's test it. I'll open up anonymous Apex. So here we initialize the class. Then we add numbers. We call the add numbers method, and let's check if this works. Okay. Yep, 2 and 4. So whatever numbers we send in, it can break it up into even and odd lists. It's amazing, right? It took me a minute. So you can see that the only thing that ChatGPT messed up on is this remainder. We need to use the math class and the mod method to identify that there is no remainder when divided by 2. And also we cannot use this number variable. Okay, it's a reserved word. So that's why you can see some of the deficiencies in ChatGPT, but 99% of the work it did. That's why we still need developers, because this thing's still in process. Okay, we need developers to fix these little things. All right, so that's the first task. Let's go to another task. So what we need here to do is we need an Apex trigger that will create a contact whenever a new account is created. Contact name should match account name. Contact mail should be equal to account mailing city, and contact mailing country should be equal to account billing country. All right, do you think ChatGPT can do this? Let's check it. All right. Okay, so trigger on the account after insert. Very smart that it did it after insert so that we can get the ID of the account. Okay, let's test it. Actually, we need to get the name first so we can create a trigger on the account. Now let's get this in here. All right, so the issue is on line 7. It says there is no such thing as mailing city. On the account object, we don't have mailing city. What do we have? We have billing, right? We have billing city. No mailing city. Let's just double check. Let's edit object. Fields. See, there's no mailing city. There's no mailing city. What kind of cities do we have? Billing. We have billing address, and in the billing address there is a billing city. Okay, this is a compound field. So let's fix it. Instead of mailing, we'll say bill. Okay, that fixed it. So the trigger works. So every time we create an account, there will be a contact created. All right, and you can see this also. This code is also bulkified. Right? See, we're inserting a list of accounts. All right, so let's test it. Let's go to an account object. Let's create an account. January 1, 2023. Let's test it. So account got created, and now let's check. Did the contact get created to January 1? Let me just do a global search. Okay, here's the contact. For some reason it wasn't coming up. So it did work. Right, the trigger works. But you notice the issue is that when I'm on the account, the contact is not showing up here. So what I will ask is make the new contact a child of the account. So certainly here's the updated Apex trigger. So what's the difference here? So right here, this is amazing. So let's add that in right after the billing country. Let's add this one in here. So let's test it now. Let's call this one January 2nd. All right. So if this works right now, we should see a contact that is a child to this account. Okay. Boom, right here. Wow, ChatGPT, you're awesome. Flying colors. Well done, ChatGPT. You accomplished the second task. Now, we'll create a validation rule using Apex. Okay, so the task is create an Apex trigger to avoid deleting the account record if it has a related contact. All right, let's do this. Let's get this in there. Let's see. I love this coding. I mean, these comments. Collect the IDs. In real life, you would not really need these comments, but for someone who is learning new, this is fantastic. And here we had error. All right, let's test this. Actually, let's create this trigger first. Boom, boom, boom. Now let's get this code in there. Boom, 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 boom. All right, if this trigger works, it should prevent deleting an account if it has a contact. All right, so let's test this. So here's an account that has a contact. Can I delete it? Wow, look at this error message. This account cannot be deleted because it has related contacts. What? Isn't this amazing? How long does it take me to create this? Imagine asking the same question in Google. What will Google tell us? Here in Google, you have a lot of answers. How do you know which one to go? Let's go to the first one. Okay, so here's a question someone asked, and now we have to look at the solution here. And here's the Google one. So the same answer. Let's actually compare this answer to the ChatGPT answer. So on the right side, we will have best answer from Stack Exchange. And on the left side, we will have ChatGPT answer. So let's see what's the difference. So the difference here we see is that in ChatGPT, it has a better name for the trigger, tells us what the trigger does, prevent account deletion. Very helpful. And then also it gives us comments. It creates a set in the beginning. Do we see a set? Okay, there's a set of account IDs as well. Then there is a map, trigger.old map. So this is more complicated. Here we can just use trigger.old. Both are before delete. The rest is pretty much same. Okay, but from a readability perspective, the ChatGPT answer is easier to do because it has a better name and it has comments. And also it doesn't use trigger.oldmap.keyset. It just uses trigger.old. The resolution is the same, both work, but ChatGPT answer is easier to read. I would prefer, if I'm a newbie, I would prefer the ChatGPT. Let's go to the next one. Create an Apex trigger. When the full phone field is updated in account, the related contact field should also be updated. So let's put this in here. So basically, if I update the account field, if I update the phone field on the account, the same phone number should go on the contact. I love these comments. It explains you why the trigger should run before an update. Let's copy this. Let's replace one of our triggers. This one, save it. Let's remove this extra space for better readability. Let's test it. So here we have an account and it has no phone number, right? So we are using the phone on the account. Phone. Here's the phone number. And let's put in the phone number 123-456. Let's save it. So I got an error. It's saying that on line 14, the phone number was retrieved without doing a circle. So let's check on line 14. So for each, so the contact.phone. So let's give this error to ChatGPT. Let's see. So it tells me. So it's now fixing. All right. So the issue is that when we did the query, see, we didn't pick up in the select, we don't have the account ID. So let's check it. Try save again. Boom, it worked. ChatGPT is amazing. Now let's look at the contact. Is the phone number there? The phone number is not there. Maybe it's just a cache issue. Let me just refresh this contact. Where's the phone number? Why is there no phone number? So update the phone number on the related contacts. So we're getting for each account that is updated, the phone number, update the phone number on the related contacts. Okay, it's not working. So what we should do then, let's go tell ChatGPT that it's not working. All right. It's giving me a couple of things to check. Like they show the trigger is being executed when you expect it to. Yes, the trigger is saved. I think the issue is that we need to run a DML on this contact. This is not the best practice, but let's just do this. All right, let's test this. I'll add a 1 here. Now let's go to the contact, and here the phone number is there now. All right, so the issue was that when we updated the contact's phone number, we did not update the contact itself. We need to add a DML here. All right, this is not a best practice because I put the DML inside a for loop of another for loop. I should rather put this in a list and do it outside, but I can fix it very easily. But the issue here is that once again, we see that ChatGPT didn't give us a 100% solution, okay? It gave us a 98% solution. I just needed to make a little tweak. The first one, ChatGPT could fix itself, but this one, I had to fix it. Not a big deal at all. Very good job, ChatGPT. Despite this shortcoming, I still love you. You're amazing. All right, let's go to the next task. This one is a batch Apex class. Create a batch Apex class which will update the phone number with the contact phone with the related account phone. Okay, this is very similar to the trigger task, but now it'll be in a batch class. Okay, so what I need to do is, yes, let's ask this question. So here's a batch class. What I need to do is I need to delete this trigger so that it doesn't conflict with the batch class it will be creating. All right, so here's the batch class. Let's go and let's actually replace this earlier code. Let's save it. One issue, invalid parameter value, line 0. Where is this? What's the issue? Create account. All right, it's not saving. Okay, let's try again. Apex class, boom, boom. Let me copy this thing. Just put it in here. Okay, it's saved now, no problem. Now, how do we call this batch Apex class? Let's see, did ChatGPT tell us? It didn't. So, let's ask, how do I call the batch class? Wow, let's do it. So I can call it one time or I can schedule it. So now let's go to this account. Let's change the phone number. Let's just make it all 123 123 123. Let's save it. So here we see this is the still old number, right? The new number is 123 123 123. So if I run this batch Apex class, oops, here we go. If I run this batch Apex class, if it works, this phone number should be updated. Okay, it ran. There are no other issues with that. Okay, here there was an issue. object row was retrieved without creating the requested field, right? So similar issue to the one we saw earlier with the trigger. Let's give it error. Let's see how it will fix. Okay, here's a revised batch Apex class that includes the phone number in the query. Wow, right? Okay, so here's a revised class. Let's go back and paste it in there. So here the updated. Save it. Let's go back to anonymous Apex. Let's run. Boom, success, no issues. Now let's check our contact's phone number. So right now it's 234. If I refresh this page, what do we see? 123 123. Yeah, ChatGPT, you're amazing. Well done, well done. I love you, ChatGPT. Thank you, OpenAI. Let's do another thing. Can ChatGPT write a test class for a batch Apex class? Let's test it. Okay, it has the is test, creating test data. Now it's testing the batch Apex class. Okay, let's test it. I will actually create this test class first. Okay, it's saved, no problems. Now let's run the test. Okay, let's check the code coverage. 100%. Wow, look at it. 100% code coverage. That's amazing, ChatGPT. And let's look at the quality of this. It created test data. It used the start test, stop test, create for the to check it and assert equals. And it did check that the phone number of the account and then the contact is the same. Absolutely amazing. Bravo. All right, let's take a look at another. Now, this is an admin question. Let's ask, what's the master detail? Explain to me what is master detail relationship in Salesforce, and explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. Can ChatGPT do it? So it's using kids in the classroom to explain master detail. The classroom is the master and the kid is the object. This is very nice. I think a 5-year-old can understand this. Using master detail relationship, we can make sure that the kid can only belong to one classroom at a time. For example, if a kid moves to a different classroom, we can update the master detail relationship to reflect this change. Yeah, you can reparent the child record. Now let's ask, can you explain validation rule in Salesforce like I am 5 years old? Let's say we have a kid object in Salesforce, a field called age. We want to make sure that the age of each kid is always between 5 and 12. We can create a validation rule to check that the age of each kid, make sure it is within the correct range. This is amazing. I love these kid explanations. I think this is perfect for newbies. Understanding Salesforce in simplest terms. Okay, once we understand things in simple terms, we can advance to more advanced topics. Let's start things simple, and ChatGPT really helps us understand things simply. Next scenario. Now, so we've looked into Apex scenarios, admin scenarios. Let's try LWC. Create an LWC that shows all accounts.org as a table. Do you think ChatGPT can create a Lightning component? Let's check. Alright, so, okay, amazing. So let's test it. Does this actually work? I cannot use developer console for Lightning components, so I'll open up my VS Code and let's create a, how did it call this? Account table. Create Lightning component. Alright, let's copy this, let's paste it in here. Now let's deploy this to our org. Deploy. I don't have a scratch. Default scratch. Okay, I need to create a default scratch org. Okay, let's wait a couple of minutes till we create a scratch org. Then I will deploy this. So guys, while we wait, let's discuss. What do you think about ChatGPT? Can you see yourself making use of it for your coding needs? If you haven't done so, please register right now and try some of these scenarios that I did. Okay, you need to practice to start using Salesforce, to start using ChatGPT. Okay, I've been practicing a lot for the past 2 weeks, so the things I do might look easy, but it takes practice. Okay, please start practicing as soon as possible. All right, what's the issue here? Some kind of org. Okay. All right, the scratch org did get created. Right now, let's deploy this. Deploy. Deploying push. All right, let me check. Okay, success. Let's open the default org. So our LWC was called account table. Let's check it. Let's go to our home. Let's add edit page. Okay, here we go. Edit page. Let's add this component. Okay, called account. It's not there. Alright, let's go tell ChatGPT that the custom component that we created, the Lightroom component we created, is not showing. I did this, click edit. So I have fixed all this. Alright, so my LWC has a name called account table, and I did not find it there. Okay, the LWC is in the org, I know, because it deployed, and also I will verify it right now. Let's check components. Adding components. Account table right here. First one is there. Okay, but it's not here. Okay, it's not here. So what I was hoping ChatGPT will tell me is how can I update the XML file so that I can add to the home page. It didn't tell me that I need to update the XML file, but I know that's what I need to do. So now that I prompt it, it's telling me what to do. Okay, wonderful. So you can see that we still need developers. Okay, that's why we need developers. ChatGPT still needs support. It gets you 99% of the way there, and we need to be developers so that we can get it to 100%. All right, now let's check. Account, still not there. Account. Let's check. It's still okay. Now it's pushed. Lighting home page is exposed right here. Is exposed true. Did it say is exposed true? It didn't show it. Okay, but that's what we need to do. We need to say is exposed true. Right here. All right, now let's check. LWC wire component wire target property. So some kind of issue with the wire. Get object info, count object, get object. Okay, let's send this error message. So let's try this updated code. All right. All right, let's try this updated code. Okay, successful. Now let's reload this page. Okay, no issues now. That's amazing. Now let's save this. Activate it. Sign as our default. Save. Back. So where's my Lightroom component? Components is right here. Why don't I see it? Get object info. To the count records. Let's go. Should right here. Do I have account records? Maybe I don't have account records. 1. Okay, so I have 2 accounts. So if I go to the home page, I should see 2 accounts in the table. that HTML. Did I miss something? Did I miss the HTML? Right here, I missed the HTML. So let's go to the HTML. Let's put it here. So template. So where's the... It's incomplete. All right. Okay, now here's the complete HTML. I'll copy this. I'll put it here. Let's check how this looks. Okay, so here's the list of here's a component, but there are no accounts. Why are there no accounts? Columns. So what are the columns? Columns. So the columns. I don't see columns. Let's ask. Show account name and create date in the table. Okay, so here it says update the columns property in the JavaScript class. Let's do that. Columns. Now let's refresh this. I still don't see the columns. Account name and then the created date fields. So we have three accounts. Why isn't it showing? Accounts. Let's remove this template if true. I think I saw the accounts quickly, but they disappeared. Look at it. The account name. The columns showed. Lightning data table. Data accounts. Columns. Key field ID. Hide checkbox column. This looks correct, but why is it not working? Account name. Type. String. Maybe it was this. This should be account, right? Get object info. Okay, console.log. Let's put date in here. And here should also be account. Get account record. So let's just also console.log this part. Data. Now let's test it. What? No, nothing is showing. Oh should account. Subject API account. So we're getting the API, but we're not getting the account. So we're getting the account. Create type ID. But we're not getting the account itself. So here it says accounts. Do we see, does it say accounts? Yes. Okay, let's add another console.log data.records. Okay. Records. Let's check. Okay, so I see something undefined account. So this was pushed if data. So I think this is coming back as undefined. Data is undefined right here. Data is undefined. Let's check why is data undefined. Get account records. Get records. Get record. Just say here. Yes, I have permission. Check the debug logs. Accounts, property of the set correctly. Okay, what should we fix? Not sure. All right, let's check it. Let's add some more debugs. Data is come back as undefined. query selector for all. Where's query selector for all? Query. Okay, we can skip this issue. Matches. Okay, these are wow, we have so many columns. Let's return this. Field.label, name, create date, label. All right. Something wrong with my Lightroom component. But let's ask Google the same query. Create an LWC that displays all accounts in my Salesforce org. Not contracts, not contacts, just account records. So okay, here's, let's try this. Create a Lightroom component, Google answer. Okay, now let's put in this. Let's change the XML file quickly. Deploy, push. Okay, we need an Apex class to create Apex class. Okay, we pushed our Apex class, and then it pushed our Lightroom component bundle. So now let's go and test it. So I will add this. Google answer. And right here, it worked. So we can see that. So this one worked really easily, right? Because I just went online, found the answer, copied, pasted, it worked. While I think there is something I'm missing and just not sure what it is. In the account table in JavaScript, I think I'm missing something. Not sure exactly. I think the ChatGPT has the answer 99%. There's a small thing I have remaining. And I need some time to debug this. But it came very, very close. Okay. Maybe I can answer my question differently actually. Maybe not create a Lightning web component, not a data table, but just display all accounts in my org using a Lightning component. It's giving the same code. Let's check maybe. Okay. Okay, there was an error. This pushing this unexpected token line 35. Did I not copy everything? Copy code. I think I'm missing a bracket here. Okay. Now still missing. Okay. So in terms of Lightning components, ChatGPT has still some work to do. So my suggestion to you guys is use both of them at the same time. Use ChatGPT, use Google in parallel. They both are amazing tools that you can use left and right, okay? If one is struggling, jump to the other one. If the other one is struggling, jump to this one. Combine them, use both, and that will make you a better developer, make you a faster developer, make you a smarter developer, right? There's something you can take from each. Thank you so much for your attention. Let's go. Good luck.